All right, EastEnders fans, this Halloween week in Walford is about to be one of the most dramatic we've had in ages. Old wounds and one very emotional goodbye. Zoe Slater and Cat Moon are right at the centre of it, and let's just say what starts as a family fallout quickly turns into a full-blown Halloween nightmare. We've got tense moments for Eve and Suki as the past comes knocking, suspicions rising between Oscar and Jasmine, Kojo's desperate attempt to escape danger, and a heartbreaking confession from Nigel that will leave you reaching for the tissues. Let's get into everything happening from Monday 27th to Thursday 30th October 2025, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this week in Albert Square. Spoiler 1, the Slater-Moon's explosive Halloween. Zoe's secret rocks the family. It's meant to be a bit of fun, a quiz night at the Queen Vic, a few drinks and some laughs. But this is the Slaters and the Moons we're talking about, so naturally it turns into chaos. Zoe's big revelation is still weighing heavy on Cat. She's trying to keep it together, but you can see it's eating her up inside. Alfie, bless him, tells her to keep out of it, but when has Cat ever managed that? Things take a strange turn when Zoe's distracted by a missing cat and tensions build behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Ross is opening up to Alfie about Vicky, while Vicky's off chatting with Ian Beale about Zoe's son. Yes, that topic comes back into play, and it stirs up some old feelings for Sharon too. As the quiz night kicks off, Kat overhears Vicky and Ross talking and just snaps. She blurts out Zoe's secret right there in the middle of the Vic. You can almost hear the room fall silent before the chaos erupts. The fallout is instant. Kat gives Zoe an ultimatum. Sort yourself out or risk tearing the whole family apart. Zoe storms off, but when she finds a smashed photo of her and Kat, she's convinced Kat did it. Kat swears she didn't, but that only adds more fuel to Zoe's paranoia. Then comes the real Halloween twist. Alfie finds an old VHS tape from the 80s hidden in the barrel store. At first, it seems like nothing, just a bit of nostalgia. But as the family sit down to watch it later, what they see drags up painful memories that some of them wished had stayed buried. By the end of the week, Zoe's convinced someone's out to get her, Jean's refusing to forgive, and Kat's left wondering if she's lost her daughter all over again. It's messy, emotional, and exactly the kind of Slater family drama that EastEnders does best. And that VHS tape, it might just change how Zoe sees her family forever. Spoiler 2. Eve and Suki face their toughest test yet. While the Slaters are tearing each other apart, over at the Panesars, Eve and Suki are trying to build something new. They're exploring adoption, something they've been hinting at for months, and they finally get to meet with the agency. It's a big moment for them both. You can feel how much Eve wants to make it work, and Suki's trying to stay strong and practical like always. But it's not an easy path. Ravi returns from holiday with Priya and the kids, which already brings a bit of tension back into the house. Eve's nerves kick in before the meeting even starts, and the atmosphere's tight. The meeting itself actually goes better than expected. The couple impress the agency, and for a moment it looks like they might finally get their happy ending. Then comes the twist that knocks the wind out of Eve. To move forward, she needs a personal reference from her mum, and anyone who's followed Eve's story knows that's complicated. Their relationship's been broken for years, full of old hurt and silence. You can almost see the panic in Eve's face when she realises she has to open that door again. Suki tries to reassure her, but this hits something deep. It's one of those storylines that's not loud or dramatic, it's quiet, personal and emotional, the kind that makes you really root for them. Whether Eve can face her past to build her future, that's the question this week leaves hanging. If you're still watching and enjoying the spoilers so far, make sure you hit subscribe. It really helps the channel, and you'll get all the latest EastEnders updates every week.
Spoiler 3. Oscar's suspicions grow. What is Jasmine hiding? Now, onto something that's been bubbling under for a while. Oscar Branning's growing doubts about Jasmine Fisher. After chatting with Lauren, Oscar decides to dig a little deeper. There's something about Jasmine that doesn't add up. Her constant curiosity about Cindy Beale, the strange little lies, the nervous energy around certain topics. So he decides to test the waters. Over at the Albert, he casually starts asking her questions. Nothing too obvious, but Jasmine's reactions are off. She's jumpy, defensive, and changes the subject fast. Fans might remember she was recently hit by Nigel's car, so she's still recovering, but even now, it's clear she's keeping something hidden. What's really interesting is that Jasmine's been quietly collecting bits of gossip about Cindy, and it's making people wonder if she's working for someone else or hiding her own connection to the Beales. It's classic EastEnders mystery. Nothing too over the top, but just enough to keep you second-guessing. By the end of the week, Oscar's sure of one thing. Jasmine's lying. But what about and why? We'll have to wait and see. Something tells me the secret's going to explode before the year's out.
Spoiler 4, Kojo tries to escape, but Oki stands in his way. Kojo's story takes a darker turn this week, and it's one of those moments where you can feel the tension through the screen. He's clearly had enough of being trapped, scared, and completely powerless, so when he finally decides to make a run for it, you can't help but root for him. It's not just about escape anymore, it's survival. Every little sound, every shadow, you can tell he's terrified but determined. But before he even makes it out the door, Oki's there. That single moment when Kojo realizes he's been caught completely changes the tone. The fear in his eyes says it all. Oki doesn't need to shout or threaten. His calm, quiet control is somehow more frightening. You can feel how serious this is now. This isn't just a misunderstanding or a dodgy favor gone wrong, it's dangerous. Meanwhile, Ravi's walking around with guilt hanging over him. After lying to Priya, he's trying to set things straight, probably thinking he can fix things with one honest conversation. So he meets up with Oki, but of course, Oki's not about to tell him the truth. He spins another lie, claiming Kojo and Harry have already been released. It's chilling because you realize Ravi's trying to do the right thing, but he's putting his trust in the exact wrong person. That moment tells you everything about where Oki's head's at. He's not just hiding the truth, he's taking control. You can almost see him enjoying the power shift. Ravi's so wrapped up in his guilt that he doesn't even notice what's really going on. When he hands over leadership of the business, thinking it'll help calm things down, he's basically giving Oki the keys to the kingdom. And that's where things could really start to spiral. Oki's always been a tricky one to read. Calm, observant, never saying more than he has to. But this week, you see just how dangerous that calm exterior can be. The more control he gains, the colder he seems. And that raises a big question. What's he planning? Because if Kojo and Harry are still being kept quiet somewhere, it's clear Oki's not done yet. There's this real slow burn tension building in this storyline, the kind EastEnders has always done brilliantly. No big explosions or shouting matches, just that creeping sense that something awful could happen at any second. The lies keep stacking up, and sooner or later, they're going to collapse in spectacular fashion. Viewers are definitely going to have opinions on this one. Some might still want to believe there's a bit of good left in Ravi, but it's getting harder to defend him when his choices keep putting others in danger. And as for Oki, he's quickly turning into one of the most unpredictable characters in Walford right now. If nobody steps in soon, things could end very badly. Kojo and Harry's lives are hanging in the balance, and unless someone pieces together what Oki is really doing, this story could take a seriously dark turn. It's tense, it's emotional, and it's the kind of EastEnders drama that keeps everyone talking all week. And finally, one of the most emotional stories of the week. Nigel Bates opens up about something deeply personal, and it's going to break a few hearts. After everything they've been through, Nigel and Julie finally share a quiet moment to talk things through. There's love there, warmth, and this beautiful sadness that Paul Bradley brings out so well. But when Julie finds him wandering off again, her relief turns to heartbreak. Nigel admits he's too unwell for them to go to India, the trip they'd been planning and dreaming about for so long. You can feel the weight of it. This isn't just about a holiday. It's about accepting that things are changing. Nigel's dementia is getting worse, and he knows it. It's such a gentle but devastating moment, watching him try to smile through it and Julie holding back tears. The way EastEnders handles this storyline has been so respectful and real. They're showing the slow, painful side of illness without turning it into a spectacle. By the end of the week, it's clear that Julie's world is about to get smaller, and the viewers who've loved Nigel since the 90s will really feel this one. So there we have it, 5 massive storylines for EastEnders this week. Halloween chaos for the Slaters, an emotional challenge for Eve and Suki, secrets and suspicions from Jasmine, danger closing in around Kojo, and a heartbreaking confession from Nigel. It's one of those weeks where everything feels connected. Love, loss, fear, and the ghosts of the past all coming out at once. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited or nervous to see. Are you Team Kat or Team Zoe this week? And do you think Eve will find the strength to face her mum? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more EastEnders spoilers and updates every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in Albert Square.